Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette, Joan Vassos, and Chock Chapple's return to New York doesn't mean their family drama is behind them. Signs things could get worse. The Golden Bachelorette's Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple recently made their big return to New York City. But does it mean they're embracing a more peaceful life after hitting some turbulence? 61-year-old Joan and 60-year-old Chock have been on an incredible whirlwind journey since meeting on the show last summer. Joan, a private school administrator from Maryland, made her television debut many months earlier as a contestant on The Golden Bachelor Season 1. Though she had to leave the season early due to a family emergency, her Bachelor franchise stint was just getting started. Joan was cast as the Bachelor spin-off's first female lead, and she kicked off the Golden Bachelorette Season 1 by greeting 24 single golden men who were eager to date her. Among the men was Chock, a 60-year-old insurance executive and business owner from Kansas. Chock went on to win Joan's final rose and her heart. The couple got engaged, but they immediately ran into family drama. Read on to find out more about Joan and Chock's issues with family and what their recent trip to New York City means. Since getting engaged on the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock have been determined to blend their families, but it hasn't been going as planned. Joan recently posted a clip on Instagram of her and Chock discussing bringing their families together, which Joan confesses has been a little harder right now. They didn't expand on the details, but it's clear that Joan and Chock have some family drama to work through. Before joining the cast of The Golden Bachelor Season 1, Joan lived in Maryland, while Chock lived in Kansas before appearing in The Golden Bachelorette. After getting engaged, they've looked for an apartment in New York, but the search didn't seem to go well. After not mentioning New York for many weeks, Joan and Chock returned to the Big Apple recently. Joan and Chock posted about their recent trip to New York on Instagram, and they shared the fact that the date was a sad milestone. Today is the 4th anniversary of Joan's passing. Read Joan's caption. Joan was married to Joan Vassos for 32 years before he died of cancer in 2021. While in NYC, Joan and Chock saw a play about second chances at love, which mirrors the couple's life since they met on The Golden Bachelorette Season 1. The glitz and glamour of The Golden Bachelorette often overshadowed the more complex realities of love later in life. For Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple, their fairy tale romance captured the hearts of fans everywhere, especially when they embarked on their post-show journey back to Joan's home turf, New York City. The bright lights of Manhattan and the iconic backdrop of the city's skyline seemed to promise a fresh start. However, as anyone familiar with family dynamics knows, moving forward in love doesn't always mean leaving drama behind. In fact, for Joan and Chock, the cracks in their blended family's harmony are beginning to show, and signs suggest things could get worse before they get better. The return to New York, a promising beginning. Joan Vassos, a widow in her late 60s with an air of timeless elegance, made it clear during her Golden Bachelorette journey that family was her top priority. Her 3 adult children and 2 grandchildren were her guiding lights. Chock Chapple, a charming, silver-haired adventurer with a penchant for poetry, won Joan over with his wit, warmth, and willingness to embrace her family. The couple's decision to settle in New York was a strategic one. Joan wanted to be close to her family, and Chock, ever the romantic, saw the city as a canvas for their next chapter. Initially, the move seemed idyllic. Paparazzi captured the couple strolling hand-in-hand through Central Park, dining at quaint bistros in the West Village, and attending Broadway shows. Social media posts painted a picture of familial bliss, with Joan's grandchildren affectionately calling Chock Grandpa Chuckles. But behind the scenes, not everyone in Joan's family was sold on this love story. Signs of trouble. The children's reservations. Joan's eldest son, Peter, has been the most vocal about his concerns. A pragmatic lawyer with a skeptical streak, Peter reportedly feels that Chock is too much of a free spirit to be a stable presence in his mother's life. Mom needs someone who can ground her, not someone who's dreaming of opening a jazz club in Soho, Peter allegedly told a close friend. This comment, while seemingly innocuous, hints at a deeper tension. Peter struggled to accept that his mother's needs and desires at this stage in her life might differ from his expectations. Meanwhile, Joan's daughter, Melanie, has taken a more passive-aggressive approach. A wellness coach with a flair for the dramatic, Melanie has been subtly undermining Chock during family gatherings. From accidentally forgetting to set a place for him at Thanksgiving dinner to making pointed remarks about how step-grandparents don't have the same responsibilities, Melanie's actions have not gone unnoticed. Chock's past. An unwelcome spotlight while Joan's family grapples with their doubts. Chock's past has also come under scrutiny. Before meeting Joan, Chock lived a nomadic life, traveling the world and dabbling in various careers, from owning a vineyard in Napa Valley to teaching English in Bali. While his eclectic background initially charmed Joan, her children see it as evidence of a lack of stability. The most significant revelation, however, came when an old flame of Chock's, a woman named Lorraine, surfaced in the tabloids. Lorraine claimed that Chock had a history of relationship hopping and accused him of being emotionally unavailable. Although Chock dismissed the allegations as a smear campaign, the story added fuel to the family's doubts. Joan, ever the diplomat, stood by Chock's side, but the incident left a lingering cloud over their relationship. The grandchildren divide. The younger generation of Joan's family seems split in their opinions. Her teenage granddaughter, Emma, adores Chock and often posts selfies with him on Instagram, captioned with hashtags like #CoolGrandpa and #Chuckles4Life. In contrast, her grandson, Liam, has been less enthusiastic. A budding filmmaker, Liam reportedly feels that Chock is trying too hard to win over the family and has been documenting the family's interactions in what he's calling a raw, unfiltered look at modern blended families. This project has only added to the tension, as Joan worries that Liam's documentary might air their dirty laundry. Chock, ever the optimist, has encouraged Liam's creativity, even offering to narrate the film. But Joan's concern is evident. Some things are better left private, she confided to a friend. The financial question money has also become a point of contention. Joan's late husband left her a considerable inheritance, which she has used to support her children and grandchildren. While Chock is financially independent, rumors have swirled that he's interested in starting a new business venture in New York, possibly a poetry-themed cafe. Peter, in particular, has expressed concerns about Chock's intentions, questioning whether his mother's wealth might become a source of conflict. Joan has tried to reassure her children, reminding them that she and Chock have a prenuptial agreement. However, the mere existence of such discussions has created an undercurrent of mistrust that neither Joan nor Chock can ignore. Signs things could get worse as tensions simmer. There are several signs that the drama could escalate. A family intervention. Peter has reportedly floated the idea of staging an intervention to discuss Chock's role in the family. Such a confrontation could either clear the air or deepen the divide. Liam's documentary release. If Liam goes ahead with his film, it could expose private family conflicts to the world, adding public scrutiny to an already tense situation. Lorraine's return. Should Chock's ex, Lorraine, decide to share more details about their past, it could further strain his relationship with Joan and her family. Melanie's ultimatum. Sources close to the family suggest that Melanie might issue an ultimatum, forcing Joan to choose between her children and Chock. Financial strains. If Chock's business plans falter or require Joan's financial support, it could confirm her children's worst fears. Joan and Chock's path forward. Despite the challenges, Joan and Chock remain committed to each other. They started attending couples therapy to navigate their blended family's dynamics, and Joan has encouraged her children to join family counseling sessions. Whether these efforts will be enough to bridge the gap remains to be seen. In a recent interview, Joan addressed the tension with characteristic grace. "Blending families is never easy, but love is worth fighting for," she said. Chock, standing beside her, added, "We're writing our own poetry, one line at a time, and every great poem has its conflicts."